Alrighty everyone, this is Freaks and I'm bringing you game 2 between DeathWaffles and Ymihere, and this time around they've picked Ymihere, or rather I say DeathWaffles picked Ymihere because Ymihere is ahead 1-0. Let's see if DeathWaffles can bring it up to 1-1. Good luck from Ymihere, and DeathWaffles saying you too, right back to him. Last game, well, Ymihere essentially just out-macroed DeathWaffles. I'm not quite sure what he was going for with his opening, DeathWaffles, but I mean he wasn't bad. He put on a good push, but he didn't resupply his army while he was pushing. And in the end, when Ymihere defended his push, it ended up with DeathWaffles getting countered, and that's what ended the game. But yeah, as you see here in the bottom right, pink Terran, DeathWaffles, and here in the top left, yellow Protoss. Why am I here? Sending out this drone here. It's going to be scouting in the corner. It's another bigger map. Tough to find your opponent really early if you don't have any good idea as far as where they're at. Yeah, first scout's going to be wrong, second one's going to be wrong, and third one is going to be wrong. And by that time, the wall's going to be done. So we'll see what kind of a build or opener DeathWaffles goes for this time around. Looks like is he possibly going to be skipping gas? Second supply depot is going down, and he's at 13. 13 is pretty standard for gas timing, but we'll see where that goes. First gateway coming down for Ymihere. His first simulator, it's just all just standard Proton stuff, and it looks like he is skipping his gas. So, are we going to see a 1-Rax expand? That's going to be a safer build, of course, for DeathWaffles to go. I myself, being a Terran player, I'm a fan of the 1-Rax, excuse me, how could I say that? 1-Rax expand. Just put a couple bunkers and you're good to go. But, yeah, that barracks is done, orbital's going down, and no gas, so it looks like we're probably going to see that. We'll wait and see what his expansion timing is. Putting a pylon right there. It's not too close to DeathWaffles. I wonder why he decided to put it there. But we'll see if that gets used later on. Sneaky little probe, and then we've got this SCV from DeathWaffles going to be fighting Ymihere, so he knows where he is right now at this point. Zealot's going to be fruitlessly chasing this SCV, not getting him anywhere. Wall's done, like I predicted, and the probe just dies. Oh, that's too bad. So sad, and yes, there is the natural that is going down, and just going to pick that up and set it down right there, and there is the 1-Rax expand for you. A lot of times people decide to skip that supply depot so they can get their command center 100 minerals earlier, but then sometimes people like to complete that wall and add the supply depot. It's personal preference. If you think you might be facing some early pressure that'll get to you before you can bunker up at your natural, might as well go ahead and finish that wall. Second barracks going down. His gas is added. Engineering bay before factory. Maybe he's just going for some quick upgrades for some early 2-Rax pressure. We'll have to see where that goes, but engineering bay before factory, it's kind of interesting. I've never actually done that myself. I usually get that factory after that barracks. Don't even get the second right after. Get that factory, and then third, fourth, or second and third and fourth barracks afterwards once I get my orbital down over here. Anyway, he's going to be floating away and setting that down, so this time around he's actually going to be getting his natural earlier than Ymihere. 2 gates down so far for Ymihere, getting his Twilight Council. We did not see a 1-gate robo like we did last time, so just a 2-gate opener so far. Got all of his gas and just queuing the hell out of those probes, man. Queuing the hell out of those probes. And yeah, like I said, he's going to be bunkering up this ramp right here. Very good choice, because 1-Rax fast expand does leave you a little bit vulnerable to early pressure. So in order to survive that, you're going to have to bunker up. I know myself from personal experience that I have 1-Raxed and expanded and not bunkered up and gotten 3-Raxed, 4-Raxed, just all-in build. And yeah, it's just generally no fun at all, because got bunkers with Marauders in them, and with SCVs repairing them, they kill infinite stalkers. No lie. try it out sometime. Got a couple zealots here in a sentry. Just checking things out. Honestly, they're just going to scout up here and see what's up. They're not going to be able to do a whole lot. Just going to poke with them. Probably going to lose them. I thought he was going to be able to save that zealot, but nope. That zealot dies. And he knows what's up, so he's going to be pulling back. He's not going to be able to pressure through that at all. Still 2 gates right now, unless he's adding. Excuse me. Actually, he's got 4. And he's also got a Dark Shrine going down. So we'll see if he uses those Dark Templars effectively. What I like to do is typically by my bunkers I'll build an engineering, not an engineering bay, but a missile turret for detection, just so no DTs can sneak by. And with concussive shells and your marauders, it even lessens those chances of DT being able to sneak by. But we do see these 4 gates, no robo yet coming from Ymihere, and also no expansion, which is, well, funny I say that, and he's just now expanding. Makes me happy. Still, just like the last game, just kind of rallying his units at the Ymihere tower, which, like I said before, can leave him vulnerable to drops because his army is way out of place. Medevac sneaks back here, gets the drop going. What are you going to do with these units right here? DeathWaffles knows that Ymihere now has his Ymihere. And right now, no starport yet, so yeah, no fear of drops. But he is on three racks. Just going to be pumping out Marines and Marauders just like the last time, and possibly a couple tanks. Looks likely to be so because he's got the tech lab on that factory. And unless he's going to switch it off onto a starport, I don't see what else he'd do with it. A couple DCs actually did sneak by, and that's exactly why I would get that muscle turret down earlier, and they're just going to start slaughtering these SCVs. They're kind of just dancing around there, but there they go. Gonna see a scan down here probably. God, it's just the seconds that go by when you don't have a scan and there's DTs in your base, they feel like eternity, and man, I'll tell you, that is one of the most painful things. But now they're going to start, well, they're going to head out a little bit that way, but he should have a scan coming up here soon. How much energy? 49, 50, there it goes, there's a scan. You going to use it? There it goes, and those DTs are just going to die, but they did delay quite a bit of mining time from DeathWaffles. But yeah, you could see that missile turret was starting to go up, but fortunately for Ymihere, it was a little bit late. But yeah, I tend to put that up there a little bit sooner, even if I don't scout the Dark Shrine, just because I'm scared like that. I hate DTs. Anyway, getting this expansion over here, this natural, up and running from Ymihere, adding on some more gates, the photon cannon there, for I don't know how useful that'll be. We'll have to check that out. Kind of a, I guess, semi-equivalent to having a tank sieged up there, but tanks do a lot more damage. Wonder if he will try to do some more DT harass. Yeah, but we'll see that DeathWaffles will be ready for that because he's got a missile turret also at his natural. And we see Ymihere with around 800 minerals. No warp tech yet on, well, at least on this gateway. He's got the rest of these up and going as warps. Should be changing that here soon, and possibly going to be taking a third. Actually, well, it's about the 13-minute mark. Last game he got his third around 15 minutes, so we'll see how late he gets his third. But we see that DeathWaffles is making a push here. He's got one tank and a bunch of Marauders and Marines. No DTs right now. No DTs to start to pick these guys off. Oh, there's a scan right there. Going to siege that up and take out that photon cannon. So as we can see, wasn't ever very effective. They're just going to run right around it and push right through the front door. Take out that pylon. And down goes the photon cannon. And nice force fields there, preventing the bio ball from moving up the ramp. But once those are done, they'll be able to move freely. They'll be unsieging that tank and sieging it at a better position. But yeah, just splitting up these armies with the force fields is so crucial as Protoss. So it looks like the battle, well, with the siege tanks, might be able to contain him a little bit. some decent pressure from DeathWaffles, especially with these siege tanks. I assume that those could be just so incredibly annoying. But we got the DT coming out here. Maybe not be able to pick a tank off. We'll have to watch this. One hit. And oh, he scanned it. Oh, good call, DeathWaffles. He scanned it. Bye-bye, DT. We see Ymihere is at just about 1,400 minerals, so he's probably, yep, exactly. He's going to be going to take out these destructible rocks and get his third down. DeathWaffles pulling back, going to start to beef up his army a little bit more before he makes his next push. His third's also going down. We see that starport finally coming out. Honestly, I think that's a little bit late because you could use medevacs so much earlier, especially with all these wounded marauders. It would be nice, and even for drops, like I said, it could have been useful if his army was out of place way out here. But see, those destructible rocks are now cleared, and I'm expecting a third to come down from Ymihere soon. And it looks like that's exactly what this probe is going to go do. Yep, Nexus and 3 pylons. Got some nice queuing up action going on there. DeathWaffles confident enough to make another push, but Ymihere sees it, and he's going to go for the engagement. Or not, he's just going to run away, because I'd be scared too. Once those siege tanks get sieged, those stalkers are just, it's almost useless. I mean, you think marauders are bad enough, but the anti-armor damage from siege tanks is very effective. He's going to scan up there. It's got to be so frustrating for Ymihere. It's going to be blasting away at those probes. A couple of DTs just, I wonder what they were up to. They're just kind of running around. But he did see him scan there. He could possibly use those DTs and try to go kill off those tanks because, well, there's another scan. He's got to be running low on energy now at this point. Making another orbital right there. Here comes second push. Going to be sieging these tanks. We're running those DTs away, even though they probably could do some damage. And you notice that they have lower health. Well, they are cloaked, but they can still be damaged by the splash damage from the siege tanks. Now, I'm assuming this Nexus is going to be followed. That's my, or not. Just kind of back and forth with both players right now. See, that DT is now proven to be effective, getting some kills right there. But again, that DT did die. No scan. That did die from that splash damage from those tanks. Now these tanks are going to be able to be picked off really quick here, and especially with that void ray on the field. I've got some medevacs just aimlessly roaming. But that orbital command is done. It hasn't been picked up and set anywhere yet. The destructible rocks aren't cleared, so he's probably going to lift it up and drop it over here. And it looks like, yep, that's just exactly what he's going to go do. And it looks like Ymihere is going to start putting on some more pressure. But yeah, going to load up these bunkers, and if he pulls some SCVs, he might be able to defend this if he decides to get overconfident. Looks like he's just going to chill at the bottom of the ramp for now. Did land at third. And got to pull some SCVs, man, to save this bunker. Oh, guess he's not going to do it, but he didn't need to anyway. He was able to fend that off just fine. So got all kinds of energy there on that orbital command. And that's the nice thing about changing it into an orbital before you lift it off and go to place it. While it's in flight, your orbital command can save up some energy, so you'll be able to maybe even do a second mule as opposed to just one as soon as you land that expansion. Going to be saturating up at this third right now. Curious to see where these players lie as far as income goes. Looks like, yes, Ymihere is ahead by quite a decent amount, around 300 to 400 minerals per minute ahead of DeathWaffles, and you can clearly tell the reasoning for that is because he has 51 harvesters as opposed to DeathWaffles 35. But then again, he's also 20 supply behind. He's got nearly 20 more harvesters than DeathWaffles does, but the supply right now is 97 to 77, and that just tells you that DeathWaffles, while he's lacking in harvester count, he just has so many more military units, so much more army, and you can see that, God, you can see the income skyrocket as soon as he drops those mules. How crazy is that? We do see this Dark Templar coming in to try and do a little bit of harassment. Honestly, I'd just go snipe those mules if I was at DT. Get some free mule kills, and kill off that skyrocketing income. So he's gonna save the orbital by picking it up and dropping it over here. Mighty Bulge gun. I keep forgetting to put myself on busy. So no, I don't want to play. I don't want to play Red Circle with you. I don't even know what the hell that is. So would you please leave me alone? Let's do that real quick. Yeah, busy, girl, asshole. Anyway, all those mules are gonna die. Not very efficient mules. Pretty much ran away for their entire life. But we've got another DT sitting right there. So if he lands it over there, the same thing is gonna happen. You're gonna have that DT just try to kill off a couple workers, and he's also he also is keeping one down here. So if he decides to expand to a fourth time, which he probably should, considering he's at 2,500 minerals at this point, expand or even double expand. But having DT sitting there, though, Ymihere is probably forgetting about them right now. This still could just be so annoying. Anytime you land your third, just to have a DT run in there. Yep, looks like he's going to be controlling it right now. Almost, if he had upgrades for weapons, just one shot every single SCV. He's going to be scanning, going to be taking that DT out. He's also massing these units right here at the zone logo once again, and securing a fourth of his own. Supplies are evening out. Ymihere is catching up. He's actually almost dead even right now, but it looks like DeathWaffles is comfortable with moving out. He's going to go ahead and push. Does he have any ghosts on the field though? I don't think he does. No ghosts out right now. Ghosts are crucial against the Protoss army if you want to crush it. God, that MP is just so effective. Celt legs is going up, and he's also making some immortals, and that's another thing. Looks like hallucinated a Colossus right there, maybe to try to scare him, but it's just not going to work. He's just going to commit to this push, just crushing this Protoss army right here. Look, these funny Colossus not doing any kinds of damage. Looks like this push is going to be very effective. He needs more medevacs though, because look at this army's just half stimmed to death, and only 2 medevacs to heal it up. Doesn't look like it's going to matter though. He's going to continue with this push and stimming it again. But honestly, it looks like this push is going to be very effective. Killing off all Ymihere's units, pulling some probes to try and do some damage, but it's just not going to work out for him. Warping in some more stalkers. Yeah, it just looks very bad for Ymihere. 118 to 45 supply right now, and it looks like there's a GG from Ymihere. And now the series is 1-1. So I don't know how many times you guys have heard me say it, but let's go on to game 3, and let's see who takes this series. Thanks for watching, guys.